Hello, welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Jenny, hi. We get to talk twice today. That's fun. Hello. Feel free to say hi. Tell us where you're from. Welcome to ChakraTouch Live. Hello, Jenny. How are you feeling, my friend? Mm. Who else do we have here? Welcome, welcome. Hello. Well, welcome, Diana. Here's my room. If you like Buddhas, this is one of my favorite pictures. I love how the little floaty things are there with the beautiful lotus flowers. Welcome to ChakraTouch Live, Diana. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit and chit chat, and then I'll explain what we do here. Anyone else want to say hello as people slowly trickle in? Yeah. You are welcome here. Hello, who's here today? How are we feeling? You just happened to turn on Insight Timer because you were sitting, working in silence and grief. So glad you did. Yes, I'm glad you did too. I really love how this app just organically creates, synergies and opportunities, and people just pop in a stream and get guidance and support and love that they maybe knew they needed or didn't know they needed in the moment. It's really quite brilliant how this app works. Hello, who else is here? I see my almost neighbor, Nancy. Hi, Gloria. Gloria says, hello, Greg. Hello, guys, here today. Grateful all for sharing this space. First time here. Welcome, Gloria. Welcome, welcome. That's awesome. Excited to get support today. Wonderful. Hello, Nancy. Always good to see you. Anyone else want to say hello? Tell us where you're from, how you're feeling today. If you're not sure how you're feeling, I always suggest to start off with a very simple, comfortable, uncomfortable. It's often easier to just keep it that simple and then try to drill down from there. But my name's Greg Phillips, for those who have never met me. I don't know if it's saying my name fully. I changed one of the privacy settings. And I do something called ChakraTouch. I'm going to explain that in a short bit. But what we do here on my lives is we do sort of mini readings using my ChakraTouch gift for people who are looking for guidance or support or love or an answer to a question or something like that. I work very much with the energy that's at play with people, that's right in their body. And I love to try and weave in the rest of the group while we're doing a reading for a specific person so that other people can tap in and support that energy as well. So Jackie, hey, you're actually able to listen today. Nice to see you, my friend. Yes, I've imagined you've been busy with the holidays. Gloria, I will be happy to put you on the list. You are at the top, my friend. Ah, Diana, yes, I'm more than happy to do that as well. I'm a little squirmy today because I just woke up from a nap. So if I wiggle around a little bit, just pay attention to the lotus in the background. I'm just kidding. So it looks like we have a small group to start, which is awesome. I love that. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I do and what we do here. And then we're going to have a really lovely grounding meditation to get started. and then we'll launch in the meetings. So if anyone just popped in, my name is Greg Phillips. I'm from Rochester, New York, in New York State in the United States of America. And I do what I call ChakraTouch. I found out about 15 years ago that I had the ability to open myself to source or love. And when I touch people's chakras, I somehow just love flowed through me and I loved up their chakras. Well, fast forward 14 or 15 years later, and I found out that I could actually witness and listen to the energy in someone's body by tapping into their chakras. And I found out I could do it remotely. And one thing led to another, and thus here I am on Insight Timer. And it's really quite amazing to me and quite fun, because when I tap into someone's energy, I start to see the shapes of the pattern of the movement, or I might see a visualization, or I might hear kind of the sound quality of how the energy is moving. And then I describe it and reflect it back to you. And in doing that, we sort of get in sync. And then I coach you and guide you on working with that energy to resolve or release or shift or breakthrough or whatever. And it's really quite amazing, quite fun. And at the root of the whole thing is just my deepest desire to bring love and presence to the world and to people. And I guess by doing that, I'm helping people remember that they have power and that they have the ability to work with their own energy, either with support or individually on their own. So it's really quite amazing. Angus, yes, you are more than welcome to have a reading. Anybody else interested, since you're early today? Diana, that's a really good question. So Diana says, maybe Jenny, yes. Okay, you decide on that while I answer Diana's question. Deborah, we'll do Deborah, and maybe Jenny. Jenny, we're talking later too, so we can do a little bit of work then if you want. That's really up to you. So Diana, I have worked with a number of people who have physical ailments. I work with emotional, mental, energetic. The fascinating thing about ChakraTouch is, and I don't know a heck of a lot about other energy healing modalities, if you will, but I'm actually not manipulating anyone's energy. I'm not taking anything away. I'm not adding energy. If I'm adding anything, it's just love, really, to be honest. Um, and and I'm really just holding a space of love and presence for the individual to have an experience of their energy. And there's something really, I mean, you can ask Jenny, she's experienced it. She experienced it last week and had some amazing results. I had somebody who had shoulder pain and she's due for what do you call it? A rotator cuff surgery. The pain lessened that day. I worked with another person who had two spots in her back that were hurting that day. It's very much about the energy in the moment. So I'm not in a position where I feel like I could claim I could cure someone of physical ailments. I think that would be a little egotistical on my part. But I certainly think that I can help. I know that I can help the emotional and mental component that lies behind the physical ailment, if that makes any sense. Sharon, I will put you on the list as well. And that means we're probably full. Jenny, did you decide, do you want to go during the session today or wait till we talk later? Oh, and welcome to the people who are just joining. Hi, my name is Greg Phillips. Please feel free to introduce yourself in chat. Say where you're from and how you're feeling. If you don't want to share, that's cool. Just hang out and enjoy the vibe. Jackie! My other favorite Jackie is here too. That is amazing. Hello. Glad I started an earlier time. Hello, Nikki. Welcome from Kansas. Haven't been to Kansas in ages. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Appreciate you leaving space for others today. It would have been fine either way. You've been replaced? No, you're my favorite Jackie with a QUI. Jackie with a CKIE is my other one. It's probably the only two Jackies I know. Anyways, welcome. That's super cool to have you here. Just so that everyone knows, Jackie Mancuso, one of my absolute favorite teachers. I also consider her a friend. She was very supportive and encouraging me to get my Insight Timer teachership going. She's so incredibly intuitive and great with astrology. And check out her morning sessions, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. She does astrology and a general oracle card reading, which just blows everybody's minds because somehow it's all just completely relevant to what everybody's going through. So, oh, thank you, Jackie. I'm proud of me too, and I'm proud of you. So I'm thrilled to have you here. So, anyone else want to say hello before we get into a lovely little grounding meditation? If you don't want to say hello, let me know kind of where are you at today? Are you just in general, are you sense into your energy and your body and your mind and your heart and see where you're at and let me know what needs support. Does the body need support today? Are you feeling the heart or you're feeling your thinking could use some support? And we'll try and tailor the meditation around that. Working to ground. It's always good to ground, isn't it? Sun conjunct galactic center. Can't wait to hear more about that tomorrow. Jackie has a live tomorrow morning. I think you do, don't you? Yeah. Hi, Nikki. Grounded and painting. Loving sharing this energy. Very, very cool. Hi, John. I see your beautiful face there. Other people slowly joining. Alrighty. Anyone else want to say how they're feeling or if they're what they're needing? Are you needing grounding? Are you needing love? Are you needing release? What do you feel like you're needing in general today? Hello, Angus. What did I miss? No, I don't think so. Let me scroll back. I'm still learning how to. Yes, Angus, I have you third on the list for readings. Is that what you're referencing? I did not miss you there. Still learning how to read the chat consistently. It was your feeling. Oh, I don't think I saw it. Where do we have it? Thank you, Craig. Yeah, it looks like it didn't come through, my friend. My apologies. I'm still getting used to what it's like to read chat and talk at the same time. All right. Oh, oof. Yes. I think we all know that. Angus says, feeling frustrated from an email from their supervisor. Hello, Belinda. Welcome. Glad you are here. You feel like you don't have a voice. Well, you know what? I have a feeling that we're going to get into that with your reading because you're in third. Hello, Dee. Welcome. Welcome to ChakraTouch Live. I'm Greg Phillips, and we're just about to start a meditation. And it's sounding, I'm sensing that grounding would probably be really good. And we're going to ground in our hearts and in our lower half of our body. So, Jackie, I will put you on the list. I don't know. That puts six people on, and I've only ever historically been able to do up to 5. So let's see how that goes. Okay, my dear. All righty, so let's start. Just rub your hands together really lightly. Relax your arms. Make sure your hands are loose and comfortable. And just rub them together until you start to feel a little bit of warmth there. How's the music? Can people hear the music? I don't know if I have it loud enough. that a thumbs up? Yes, thank you, my friend. There we go. Alrighty. Once you're feeling the palms of your hands a little warm, what we're doing is we're actually activating the chakras in our hands, which is really helpful even on a personal level. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to place your hands cross over on your heart here, okay? If you're sitting up, try to sit up as straight as possible. Priority is comfort, but the straighter you can be, the better the energy can flow in your body. And then you want to have your feet flat on the ground. If you're laying down, I prefer on my back, but again, it depends on your physical needs. You could be on either side. But you basically just want to make sure that you have access to the front of your body so that you can place your hands as we go through the session today. I have a lot of gas today. My apologies. So close your eyes and just move your mind to focus on that spot where your hands are touching your heart, and feel that warmth that we just generated in our palms. And I want you to imagine that your hands are reaching in right into the center of your chest where your heart space is. It's a big, open, empty space that is there with your heart, and you're just going to take your hands and lovingly wrap them around your heart. Picture a beautiful heart of whatever color you want. It could be a soft red, strawberry, blood red, just this beautiful heart. Doesn't have to be physical heart, could be the Valentine's heart, whatever you like. And just hold it gently with your hands. Cradle it and comfort it. And just watch your breath. Normal and comfortable. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths in. We're going to go in through the nose and we'll exhale out through the mouth. And I'll count them out for us. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And I want you to think of something that right in this moment today you feel love for, something or someone, absolutely, completely. A pure love, no stories, no judgments, no expectations, just absolute pure love. It could be something as simple as the pillows on your bed or your favorite chair. It could be your spouse, your partner, one of your kids, one of your pets. Just focus on them and feel all that love. Focus on them in your heart with you, and just let your heart space fill with that love. And fill that space with each breath. Each inhale fills it a little bit more. And just pretend that your hands are holding that person, place, or thing just as dearly as it's holding your heart. And thank it for letting you love it. And thank yourself for your ability to love. Feel that beautiful, delicious, precious love. And we're going to take that love. We're just going to extend it straight down our body, right down through into the belly. With each breath, you're going to breathe further and deeper down into the belly, moving that love down into the belly. And let it just gently, comfortably sink right down at the base of your body, the base of your spine. Each inhale in, feeling more and more love down towards the base of your spine. And when it reaches down there, let it flow and linger for a moment. And then the next inhale, send it straight down to the ground and let it permeate the floor and the earth below you. Picture that love perfectly, easily, effortlessly flowing from your heart straight down your body into the ground and spreading out around your feet, around your chair, around whatever you're lying or resting or sitting in. And let that fill the entire area that you're taking up. Just bask in how beautiful that feels. And when you're ready, slowly come back to the moment, to the present, to the now. Open your eyes. Look down and say hello to your body again. How was that? That felt so good to me. Some really nice grounding there. Thanks for the hearts. I love seeing those. Welcome to anyone who's recently come in. I hope you were able to catch a little bit of that grounding meditation. Yay, Jenny. We're now going to start on ChakraTouch readings. So if anyone just came in, let me tell you really quickly again what ChakraTouch is. It's a gift I received about 15 years ago. I found out that when I touched people's chakras, I was able to unconsciously or consciously, I'm not sure what yet, but somehow I was able to open myself up and channel divine love to them into their body. And they always felt better. And fast forward to this year, and I found out that when I do that remotely, I can actually see the pattern of movement of the energy in someone's body. And I begin to see shapes and like energy waves. Sometimes I can hear sounds, and I'll often see visuals. And then I reflect that and describe that to the person I'm giving the reading to or working with, like in a private, which would be an hour long instead of just a mini reading. And then together, once they resonate with what we're talking about, together, I coach them and guide them to work with that energy for whatever purpose might be present in the moment. They might need a release of some crying. They might need some grounding. They might need to be reminded how much they're loved. They might need to shift a pattern of thinking or clear a blockage. It's really anything goes, because it's all about whatever energy is at play in that person's body in the moment. And because I believe and feel that we are all connected. Hello, Belinda. Did I say hi to you already? I hope so. Yes, it is cool, Gloria, and I hope you get to experience it because you're going next or first. So I usually just ask somebody to write an intention or a question or just a statement about what kind of support they're needing, and then we work from there. And anyone who's not having a reading, if you relate to their question or whatever is coming up for them, definitely work with whatever I'm suggesting, whatever I'm seeing for them. It may relate to you as well. And even if it doesn't specifically resonate with you, the stuff that we talk about quite often does. And I love to involve the rest of the group with hand placements and different intentions to support whoever's getting the reading. Hi, Joan. Joan, my list is full for people right now. I will write you at the bottom, but I don't know if I'll get there. Okay, my friend. But that is good to know. So, Gloria, how can I be of assistance? What kind of support, guidance, question? What are you looking for today? Hmm. Wow. Sharon, if you would hold on to that for hopefully we can get to your reading on that. If anyone's on the list, kindly hold your question until I call for it because I am having a little trouble learning how to read the chat and keep up with sometimes what's said. So thank you for doing that. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Button pressing, right? Autocorrect. That's my other favorite thing on the apps lately. Oh my God. Don't get me started. Anywho, let's do Gloria. Gloria says, I woke up with a pain on my right shoulder close to the spine. I saw that it's associated with fear of doing. I'm curious to understand if this is what you pick up and what could be dragging me behind energetically that holds me from exploring what is my purpose work. Okay, Gloria, you've got a lot there, but I love your ability to describe what's going on for you. We all have a varying level of skill in that regard, and I'm I love seeing that, and it doesn't matter to me how descriptive somebody is. We just work with the energy, right? But that's super cool that you have that skill. All right, so let's see where we start with you. All right, Gloria, your feet flat on the floor, my friend. Let's do this. Interesting energy in the head. I will describe that in a moment. Let me check your heart and the back of your heart. So you said right shoulder near the spine. Okay, that could be a support issue. Thanks, Gloria. I appreciate that. Oh, you needed a release. So you're already crying? That's awesome. Gloria, you have a beautiful heart space. You have so much room for love in there and a lot of love in there. Your heart space is bigger than your body. It is really quite vast. I love that. Oh, in the morning it released, but not completely. And you had to cry while meditating, and it really helps. It really, truly does. Chloe, I've got an interesting pattern in your head. I'm going to try and describe it. So, imagine a ball about this size in your head, and let me see, it's not leaving. Imagine a surface in your mind, like right about here, like a floor or the ground or something. And the ball is rolling around, kind of making a squiggly pattern. Is it bouncing? Let me see. Yeah, so it's really fascinating. It's rolling around and it's moving at, it's not super fast, but it is moving quickly. I don't, let me see. So it's, I'd say it's going kind of like this, and it's wiggling around like it's looking for something, and then it attempts to make a jump and just kind of is suddenly sapped of all the energy. It drops and it like, even though it looks like it's a ball that would bounce a lot because it's moving so quickly, it just sort of goes boom. So it's kind of like going like this. And then it tries to jump and then loses everything and goes boom. Is that yes? Okay, you're feeling that. Okay. So yes, in your third eye and the back of your head. Okay. So yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing that really clearly. So I just want you to take your, let's see, which hand do I want you to do? Okay. Take your right hand for me and place it on your forehead. Make sure that your arm is gentle and relaxed. The hand is loose, right? You don't want to be straining. Oh, if that's hurting your shoulder, don't do that. Would it be easier to do your left hand? See if that's easier. Can you do this with your left hand on your forehead? All good. Okay. I'd prefer your right if it's comfortable, but I don't want you to hurt yourself further. Okay. Right hand. Okay. And then left hand right on your heart. And if anyone wants to support Gloria, I ask you, you can do this exact same left hand on the heart and right on the head, or both hands on your heart. And so for anyone other than Gloria, just focus on that love that we brought in during the meditation, or anything like something that you love purely, and focus that in your heart. All right, Gloria, we're just going to work with this because that energy, actually, Gloria, we're going to switch it up. Left hand, top of your head, please, my friend. We're going to pull in some divine here for you. We're just going to make a connection to the spirit with the crown chakra. And I just want you to focus right on that crown chakra. And that love that we were feeling earlier in the meditation, Gloria, I just want you to bring that right up to the crown chakra and feel it just floating right there at the top of your head. And whatever it is you believe in is the divine, God, source, universe, spirit, love, whatever it is, I want you to just mentally bow your head and request for divine love and divine support to come in to you and through you. Okay? Just imagine that that is pouring down from above straight into the top of your head. And breathe as normally and naturally as you can, and just let that fill your entire head, okay? Almost like a golden light, maybe a little like molasses, but not as thick, but very beautiful and very golden. It's just streaming down right into your head, and fill that head and mind space. And as it fills, watch that ball. It is now moving a little slower. It's still moving, but it's getting support in its movement. And it realizes it doesn't have to effort on its own. It can have that beautiful, delicious, love flowing energy supported, and like a buoy on water, like a like a rubber ducky floating in the bath. And just let it float on that beautiful pool of love that you've filled your head with, and let it float and keep moving. And as it does so, it can just relax. It's getting the reminder that it's not alone. It does not have to carry the entire burden alone and solely on its shoulders. And this is you, Gloria. You do not have to carry the burden of this process in determining your purpose in your work. You can call in the divine, you can call in love, and let it infuse you and inspire you. I've noticed in my life it's so easy to forget that I have the ability to call on support from the divine and that I am not alone. I've been very focused in the last month or so on my own partnering with the universe, if you will, is my phrase, or partnering with the divine. When I get stressed or when I get anxious, I tend to go into my mind and I tend to try and use my mind to sort it all out. And the mind can be a great tool, but it is a horrible master, as I'm sure you've heard other people say. So we can soften some of these difficult mental challenges by just pulling in more love to that part of the body. Gloria, how is that working for you? Let me know what's going on for you. My strongest sense is that your shoulder pain is just the emotional weariness and weight of trying to figure all of this out. And I can tell you from my story, I mean, my just being here on Insight Timer is evidence of the process of what it takes. Like, I first thought of coming on here over a year and 3 months ago, and I was really scared, and I had no clarity of what I wanted to do. And as I started to explore ChakraTouch, I didn't know if it was something I could offer to the general public or if I could even do it on a live stream. But as I just kept facing and walking through that fear, oh, that's lovely. Gloria says, I started crying immediately we began. I could feel all your energies. Guys, thank you deeply for your support today. And thank you, Greg. You are welcome, Gloria. I hope that helped ease things a little bit. When you have a little localized pain like what you described, rather than like a general wide area pain, um, I didn't see a block except, how do I describe this? Gloria, I think this is what I'm just intuiting right now. I think either through second guessing or fear or low confidence, I think you're nipping your energy in the bud. So if we think about how the ball was originally moving, it was moving quickly, not hyper quickly, but it was moving quickly. So it had energy, it had motion, it had movement, it had good flowing movement. It was a little uncertain as it wiggled around, and then it tried something and it lost everything. It was something nipped it in the bud at that moment and it lost all the energy. If you think about a ball bouncing, a ball that has some bounce to it usually will bounce a bit. It won't just drop and go boom and not bounce at least once or twice. And this just died when it hit the ground. So my intuition, and I'm not attached to being right about this, but my intuition is you're getting some momentum going. Maybe you're seeing evidence of life of what you think your purpose in your work can be. And then there's a thought or a thought you're not noticing generating an emotion that you suddenly realize, and the whole thing gets stymied and the ball drops. The other piece of this is the ball thinking the ball, your energy, thinking that it needs to do something, right? And by by the quotes, I'm meaning, I've had plenty of experience in my life where I have a desire and I have an interest in something and I'm starting to feel passionate about it. And then I think I need to do something to make it happen. And it just, for me personally, very rarely, if ever, works that way. The best thing for me to do is try to calm my system and relax and allow it to unfold. One of my favorite teachers that I've been studying with or listening to for 12, 15 years, he always says, we encourage you to have loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with yourselves. And the essence of that is we just need to surrender and allow things to unfold sometimes, and really call in that divine and trust that more will be revealed. Sometimes we just don't know. There's no way for us to know everything, and there's no way for us to perceive everything just through our mind. If we do not bring the heart and bring divine in, there's no way that we can see the full picture just with our mind. So I hope that that helps, Gloria. I'm sensing that we're about ready to move on to the next person. Let me know in chat, please, how you're doing. Do you have other questions? Are you feeling complete? And if she is complete, Diana, why don't you prep your question? Yeah. So Gloria says, I see it keep getting in my way, so I'm putting together with 2024 will be plans would be, I also have a teacher profile here on IT and somehow yet to actually begin to. I get that. Also curious to hear what the meaning of feeling pain in a localized spot. Past 3 years, I've navigated with intuition a lot. So it's been very interesting trusting the unknown. Have to agree. It is very interesting, not always easy to trust the unknown. Gloria, I would love to talk to you more at another time. So feel free to reach out to me through the app, which reminds me, if anybody wants to get in touch with me, I have all my socials on my profile in IT. I have my Linktree link down there. That was an idea I got from my dear friend Jackie Mancuso. Thank you, Jackie. And that gives access to, I've got Instagram, I've got Facebook, although I mostly use Messenger there. I've got YouTube. I do record these and I put them up to my YouTube channel within 24 hours. So you're welcome to subscribe to that channel. And Gloria, my email is also at the bottom of that, so you can feel free to reach out to me. And yes, I would love and appreciate any follows here on Insight Timer. And we have a wonderful group that I have on Insight Timer called Circle of Love. It's very small, but it's named after the final meditation I do in all my lives. So hopefully you can stick around to the end. And that's where, oh, thank you, Jackie. I'm so happy I took the leap too. And you know what? It scared the bejeebers out of me. And Gloria, maybe, and anyone else who's like sitting, if you've got this feeling that you're like, I can sense there's something more for me. I've had that kind of feeling for the last many years, believe me, and it is not always resolved. And it was really a series of yeses, feeling at the precipice of something, an opening, a doorway, a threshold, and with all the fear that I had, finally saying yes, just saying, I don't know what will happen. I almost don't care what will happen. I have to move forward or I am going to stymie. So I say yes to this. So that's another piece of my story. Anyways, the last bit of advertisement, if you will, because IT lets us to encourages us to remind everybody, if you feel so moved to offer a financial donation, or as Jackie calls it, an energetic exchange. I welcome donations, not required at all. But it really is nice. If you're on an Apple device, please do so from my teacher's profile page. If you're not, knock yourself out and donate whenever you want. Otherwise, I really think that following is one of the best ways to show appreciation. And even if you don't, just being here and supporting other people getting readings is really, really wonderful. So thank you for being here. All right, Gloria, thank you so much for your vulnerability and your question. We're going to go to Diana now. Let me see what else I missed. Angus, I can give my space to someone else because I have to get back to work. Ah, Angus, yes, I'm sorry that we didn't have ability to get you, but please come back later another time. I'm going live again tomorrow at 4:44 Eastern and Friday at 4:44. I like angel numbers. Bye, Angus. Good to see you. All right, Diana, let's see what you got, my friend. Strong, large, dense energy on right side of chest and mini one on left side. Mini one, like that. Wondering what is necessary to have them permanently dissipate, but I'm open to general guidance of what I need to know at this time if I shouldn't know what that's about yet. Okay, really good question. So let me read that again. There's something behind that. And okay, so tell me about great. Thank you, Belinda. That is so cool. I love when that happens. Diana. Okay. Describe to me the best you can from like a observer's point, like neutral, no judgment, no extra stories, but tell me about that strong, large, dense energy on the right side of your chest. Tell me about the quality of it, how it's feeling. Um, I'm just gonna feel in while you feel in. I gotta sit up straight. Okay. It's an energetic thing you feel through. So I'm seeing a large cloud over there. I'm gonna try and tap into the mini one on the other side. So when I hold my hands up, I'm usually picturing that my right hand is going on someone's the back of their heart or the back side of their body, and the left hand is going on the front. And so I'm feeling that cloud really close to me. Oh, okay. What have you been thinking about lately? What's been on your mind, Diana? This cloud is incredibly thick. I agree with the dense energy. It is, well, I'm a Trekkie, so I'm gonna use a Star Trek type reference. Sorry, I'll use another descriptor if that doesn't work, but it's like a nebula. If you've ever seen pictures of a nebula, it's a very dense nebula, the kind that if you were to drive your starship into, it would basically shut the lights out and you can't really see anything. So this one is particularly a deep gray. I would call it almost charcoal. It's somewhere between kind of like a wolf color gray and a dark charcoal. Lots of life challenges in the last year. Are you comfortable sharing more specifics? What's recent or what's biggest on your mind in recent days? I'm gonna see what's going on with that other side if I can. Oh, wow. So I'm definitely seeing the contrast of the large dense energy, the one that's on your right side. Ah, okay. Okay. There's a lot of people going through that lately. So that small energy, the minute I tapped into that, Diana, and see if you can, we're going to work with the contrast and the dynamic between these two things because there's something going on here and I don't quite know yet. So tap in, if you will, clear your mind as best you can and tap into that cloud on the right side of your body. See if you can picture it as a dense, nebulous, charcoal gray cloud. And it moves, but it doesn't, it's almost not noticeable. So it's not like a floating cloud. It's just hanging out. The edges have a little bit of wispy movement, but it's just dense, stagnant energy. And then on the other side, I'm picking up a minuscule and just I can't even make the size with my fingers how small of a dot of energy is on the left side. And the immediate thing when I saw and found that was I had this sense that that left side energy was feeling dwarfed by the cloud, basically completely overwhelmed by how looming and vast this cloud is. So work with me here and see if you can connect. Yes. Okay. I want you to do your best to clear your mind and drop, and that this could be scary, and don't worry, we're all here with you supporting. So if anyone wants to support Diana in this, again, hands across the heart and hold a big space of love in your heart. If you want to send it out to Diana through your right hand, you're welcome to do so. But all you really need to do, because we're all connected, is hold love in your heart for her as she goes through this. So Diana, I want you to really do your best to drop deeply into this juxtaposition, okay, into this contrast. You have a speck of energy on the left side and a massive, hi, Jennifer. Oh, nice to have you here. I'm so excited to see you too. Great. Okay, so Diana, are you with me on the massive cloud of energy? And it's so big, this little tiny speck feels so dwarfed, so overwhelmed and insignificant. And I want you to drop into that as deeply as you can. I'm trying to hold the contrast visually with my hands, okay? I want you to drop into that. And if it gets scary or if you get shaky, I want you to listen for and feel the love from the group and the love from me and the love from Source. I want you to let that, imagine, if you will, that you are traveling from the cloud down to the little speck, or you're floating somewhere in the middle, and have that love buoy you and hold you and support you as you explore this, okay? Just feel deeply into that. Are you okay? So tell me what you're feeling right now. You've got this crazy contrast, and that poor little dot, that speck, is feeling overwhelmed, insignificant, and very, very small. So what we're going to do, if you're feeling the love, I want you to move your mind to that speck of dot, that little speck of energy, okay? And I want you to hold it, surround it in that love, and just for a moment, let it forget about that big, scary cloud, that cloud of uncertainty, the cloud of not knowing what's happening in your future, in your life, that cloud of not feeling safe or secure, that cloud of potential, that cloud of the positive what could be, the positive what if. Just let that cloud go and just sit with this tiny, very dense, very powerful, but very scared speck for a minute, and surrounded in love. Surrounded in love, and I want you to lean towards it and gently whisper, "You're okay. You are safe, you are secure, and you are deeply loved. And just keep repeating that. You are safe. You are secure. And you are deeply loved. And if anyone's doing the support from the group, you can say that as well and just send those 3 phrases right at Diana's general energetic direction. You are safe. You are secure. And you are deeply loved. And let that light around that speck, Diana, slowly grow, and let the love just begin to fill your chest like we did in the initial meditation. Just let it fill and fill your chest. And as it fills, that light starts to change how the cloud looks to you. Instead of a dark cloud, you're starting to see colors pop through and lightning, little zips and sparks of energy and lightning, reds and greens and blue, rainbow colors washing through the cloud. And the cloud is letting off little wisps of rainbow colors and little sparks here and there and zips of lightning through the denser part of the cloud. And suddenly the cloud doesn't look as scary anymore. Maybe now it's the cloud of potential, or just the cloud of curiosity. How are you feeling, Diana? Thanks to everybody who's supporting Diana through this process. Okay. Well, if you're calmer, that's a start, right? Sometimes we don't get a shift. Sometimes all we get is an awareness of something, of a dynamic or a dichotomy or of a contrast or of the presence of 2 different feelings or 2 different thoughts. Did you connect? Can you relate at all with the speck feeling really, really small and the cloud being scary? Okay. So if you didn't have a shift, I would say that your process is basically asking you to stay in the moment as best as you can, to be present, to be in the here and now. I know I've been without jobs for long times myself, and it can be very scary. There is a lot of uncertainty. The unknown, as you said, is difficult, but perhaps right now you're being called to make friends with the unknown and to not rail against it or fight against it. And that's easier said than done. I get that. Um, but it really feels to me right now that those 2 energies are sort of just in a holding pattern. And hopefully the awareness of what's going on between the 2, because there definitely is an interaction between the 2 from what I could see. And like I said, I'm not attached to being right or wrong in this. I'm just doing my best to be of service. So we can work with it again at another time. But I do feel that I sense that it's time to move to the next person if you're ready. If you're not ready, what do you need? More questions? You want more support from the group? Just let me know. Are you good? Do you feel complete for now? It's always really for now, right? Because we're never really fully complete. We can feel that way for a little bit. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for your vulnerability and your willingness to get a reading, Diana. And welcome to anyone new who's joined. Deborah, you are up next. We are always whole. Thank you, Jackie, for finishing that for me. I forgot to say that part. Yes, we are always whole. We're whole and we're complete in the sense that we are one with love. We are one with each other. And Sometimes the struggle is real inside us, but a lot of times that's just from how we're thinking about it until we can connect with that sense of wholeness. Diana, good work. I'm sorry you didn't have a shift today, but hopefully that will come, or maybe that will come in another session with someone else. Oh, welcome, Samantha. Welcome to ChakraTouch Live. I'm Greg Phillips. Nice to have you here, and anyone else new who's joined. I'm doing readings for people, and the way I do them is through my gift of ChakraTouch. I actually listen to and witness the energy at play within someone's body and then describe it back to them. And then we work to try and see what is needed in the moment. And we do it hopefully with a lot of love and presence. All right, Deborah, what would you like to focus on? What is your desire for support, guidance, curiosity? While she is typing her question or statement. Nope. Oh, thank you for saying the work is fascinating. You have, am I reading that right? Marital stuckness. Mother is 91 issues. Okay. Is that, am I reading that right? Is that three things? So you have marital stuckness, your mother is 91, but what's the issues? I'm not really clear on that. If you could clarify, I would appreciate it. Meanwhile, for any of the new people, feel free to follow me on Insight Timer. I love that. And we have a wonderful group called Circle of Love. It's tiny and slowly growing, but it's really where I let people know when these recordings of the lives go up on my YouTube. You can also check out my link tree. I have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, email. We can connect however you wish. And I do private one-on-ones with people where we go as deeply as we can for an hour into stuff. We have energy readings and coaching, and we explore whatever it is, either one-off or ongoing. All right, Deborah, clarify the issues for me, my friend. Okay. Mother had turned almost abusive toward me. She is in very good health. Is in or is not in? Is she is in? Is she dealing with dementia or Alzheimer's or any memory losses? Yes, possibly, but not diagnosed, you mean? Like there's some evidence of it, but haven't had clarity on a diagnosis is what I'm picking up on. Diagnosis. Okay. And tell me a little bit about the marital stuckness. If you can. That may be difficult to talk about. I'm suddenly sensing that that's quite sensitive. We'll just hold a space for you with that. Okay. All right, Deborah. So if we look at these two things and we sort of take our minds out of it for a moment, right in this very moment, at this very minute of the day, what are you wanting? Can you put into words what you're wanting? You want to be unstuck. Okay. Don't we all want to be unstuck when we're stuck? So the fascinating thing about that last part of your statement, and I talk about this a lot, in my belief system, and this is just for me, I'm not saying this is true for everybody, but this is how I believe things work. When I am thinking and thus speaking about something and I'm saying, and it's something I don't want. So I say, I don't, for example, I don't want to be stuck anymore, or I don't want to be sick, or I don't want to feel this pain. What I was taught and have noticed in my life experience and firmly believe, the universe, the divine, only hears the topic of the statement, not the grammar, actually. So it doesn't hear the I don't want, it hears what the focus is. So in this case, and it's completely understandable when you feel stuck, it's prevalent in your mind. I'm stuck, I'm stuck. So what we're going to do to start with you, Deborah, is think about, since you are a positive energy forward moving person and you are wanting to, if I could temporarily put words in your mouth, you're wanting to feel better about these two situations. I want you to drop into your heart. Actually, I think we're going to do a love bomb. So we can all do this together. This should help a lot, hopefully. We'll see. So everybody, take your left hand, put it on your chest, and your right hand over it. And this is going to be very similar to what we did earlier in the meditation, but I want you to just focus your mind. And Deborah, this is for you too. So let's all do this together. And you can close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice. I just want you to focus on your heart space. If it's difficult for you, focus on the spot where your hands are touching the center of your chest. Feel that warmth of that connection. If you can, focus right into that space that fills your chest. That is your heart center, where we fill our heart with love. And that's what we're going to do. I'm calling this a love bomb or a heart bomb. And it's a very simple, really fun game slash exercise. So focus your mind there and then begin to think of anything that you purely love. Something there's no conditions, there's no expectations, no judgments, no stories about. It can be very, very simple. This is exactly what we did earlier. But I want you to think of one thing. So for example, right now, I am loving how awesome this group is. And I am loving connecting with all of you. I also really love naps. I love pillows that are partially cold, a little bit warm. I love warm, comfy comforters. And just begin to let things come to mind, bring them to mind, just things that you love, pure love, just absolute love them. I love this person to pieces. I love this pet to person pieces. I love how the sun shines through the clouds when a storm is clearing. I love the colors of a rainbow. I love the colors of a sunset. I love that feeling of when you've had a really good workout or you've been walking all day or working hard and you get to sit in your most favorite comfortable chair and you just soften into it and relax. I love how certain food tastes. I love sushi and burritos, and I love the taste of pineapple juice, and I love big, warm, fuzzy hugs, and I love feeling the wind, the soft, warm breeze brushing across my face, and I love moving my body. Just keep barraging your heart with things that you love. And we'll do this for about another minute or two. Beautiful. And Deborah, I want you to take all this love and I want you to cradle your heart in this love, okay? Because what I'm seeing is your heart is very sad and heavy. It's, if you picture a Valentine heart, which I have trouble doing with my hands, it's sideways. It's like on its side, and it just doesn't know what to do, but just hold it in all this love, all these amazing things that you love. And what we are doing is we are shifting our viewpoint. We are shifting our perspective to be more aligned with the highest vibration possible to us on the planet right now, which is love. And hold your heart with that and comfort it. You can even just whisper to it, Deborah, let it know that it's okay. And I know you don't like what's going on in your life right now. I can feel that very strongly, and I can feel the sadness and the heaviness with that. But I want you to remember that you are not alone, that we are all connected, and that you always have the divine to call on for support. And even though you may want clarity around certain things, the more that all of us, and it's true for all of us, everybody, the more that we can look at what is and allow it to be okay and not just accept it, because acceptance is good. It is a great start. I'm not dissing acceptance by any means, but surrender is often a process of unfolding. Sometimes we start with acceptance, but we still have a little bit of like, but when we begin, when we surrender, we just make little decisions about the surrender. We accept it more and more. The allowing is really when we can drop into that with love and presence, loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves. When we can really embody that, when we get to that place of loving allowance, then when we look at something, we may think for a moment, I don't like it, but it's okay. Doesn't mean it's perfect, doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just okay because it just simply is in the moment. And then we have the capacity in that moment to remember the divine and call in for some support, or to begin to look at things differently. And one of the things I want to encourage you to do, Deborah, is first off, I'm going to recommend that you listen to my 5-minute divine invocations for a quick start to your day. Those are invocations for divine courage, divine love, and divine wisdom. And I feel, I could be wrong about this, like I said, I'm not attached to being right or wrong, but I feel that you could really use doses of these at least once a day or on a regular basis. And the other thing I'm going to recommend, and if neither of these things work for you, that's cool. Find what works for you. But I'm also going to recommend that the minute you start to, and I think you have the capacity to do this based on what you've been saying, the minute you start to notice what you're not wanting, I want you to stop for a moment. Even if you're busy, you can keep moving, but stop for a moment inside, okay? And ask the universe to grant you the feelings that you're wanting, not the conditions, not the situations or the scenarios. Don't ask for anything to change in your mind when you're doing this, in your mind or in your heart. Ask for how you're wanting to feel: freedom, fulfillment, relief, joy, hope, connection, whatever it might be. Can you do that, Deborah? What, does that resonate? Would those tools maybe help? Maybe. Awesome. Do you have any questions? Do you feel complete? That was good work. Your heart just needs a lot of love, my dear. And you can give it to, yeah, wonderful. This was very powerful. Love is so powerful, and we forget that we have, like, I mean, I guess that's maybe why I'm here, to remind us that we have these simple ways that we can just infuse it or invite it into our body. And even in moments when we're not feeling any love, Like our heart has infinite capacity to love. If anything, if there's no one in our lives that we love, if anything, we have infinite capacity to love ourselves and love the divine. And not just, I mean, that is a mystery and an amazement and so powerful to me. It just blows me away every time we do anything in these lives related to that. So thank you, Deborah. That was wonderful. Thank you for your vulnerability and your courage in facing what is going on inside you. Sharon, are you still here? Did I miss any really great comment? There you go, Sharon. We finally get to you. I hope, did you have to retype it all again, or was there good cut and paste? I don't know if your phone does that. How's everybody else doing? We're going to get started with Sharon, but I want to check in and see how everyone is. We might have time for Jackie Mancuso after Sharon. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So Sharon says, Jackie, I hope you're getting what you need. It really is wonderful when that happens. Yeah, I'm happy you made it too. I'm really happy to see you. All right. Sharon says, even when I open love and loving my heart has a sometimes overwhelming sense of loneliness. I relate. I feel this a lot. I can't tell if it's mine, ancestral, or both. Good questions. No matter how much I've worked on it, nothing seems to shift it on a permanent basis. I can't remember not having this feeling at some point in my life. That last statement is really interesting, isn't it, Sharon? Oh, hey, Debu, you made it. Welcome. I was wondering when I'd see you again. I hope you got a good reading from Susan Sage last night. The app kicked me out, so I couldn't come back in. Sharon, my dear, I mean, I just closed my eyes and tried to sense what the answer to your, is it ancestral, is it mine, or is it both? And I got this resounding yes. So kind of a comic answer. Yes, I mean it's everything. It's all of it. I don't have an explanation or a reason why I'm saying yes, but that feels relevant to me for some reason. So, um, tell me, that's a really good question. Let's see if we can work on that. Where are you experiencing, are you just experiencing this loneliness in your, when you tune into your heart? I had a similar loneliness once. I haven't had it in a while, but it was, I'm going to try and describe it, and maybe this will resonate or not. But I had this experience where I think I was sensing more than me. So I think I was sensing the vastness of the universe, if that makes any sense. It's always lingering, even when I'm with people. It's just there in the background. Okay. Anyways, I think I was sensing the vastness of the universe. And as I tapped in and felt that, I suddenly felt really, really small and lonely and insignificant. And if I'm remembering this correctly, because it feels like it was a while ago, and maybe, maybe I'll just let this flow. So we'll channel this. So in that moment of feeling small and insignificant and lonely, my focus was that here I was, and this kind of goes back to what we were working with Diana. Here I was, small solitary figure on the face of a large planet Earth, surrounded by this incredibly vast and massive universe that at least we as humans have never charted fully, and probably is bigger than we can even imagine. And I felt really small because I felt separate from it. So I think what I'm wanting to do, I don't know if that resonates. When this loneliness comes up, Sharon, are you feeling other than? Are you feeling like, is the mind separate? Okay, so good. We can work with that, hopefully. So let's just think for a minute out loud about what separate is, okay? So separate is a pattern of thinking, okay? It's a perspective, if you will, a viewpoint. And in your case, this is generating an emotion. So also in my belief system, and if anybody's read or listened to Abraham Hicks, I believe in the emotional guidance scale, and that our thoughts, hi Gary, welcome buddy, good to see you, that our thoughts vibrate and then generate an emotion, and then that spreads throughout our body, that vibration of that. And our emotions are our indicators. They're like our GPS. So thinking that we're separate, you do. Wonderful. So you know what I'm talking about. Great. So thinking that we're separate creates the sense of loneliness. Now, I also think that there is a very real thing called existential loneliness. And I think that I think that's bigger than just comparing ourselves to others, shall we say. It's bigger than that. It's kind of like what I was talking about, feeling the vastness of the universe. And I think that the solution to that, what I want to try to do is see if we can weave in a sense of connectedness for you, Sharon, and pull in some divine support. So what is your concept of God, divine source, spirit? What do you work with? Gaia, who's your go-to? What's your go-to for the divine source? Okay. Very cool. Me too. I use a lot of the words interchangeably. Source. All right. Sharon, I want you to place your hands on your heart for me, my friend. We're working a lot with the heart today. I really love this. Okay. And let's see what comes. What is at play in motion and wants to be revealed? So, Sharon, let me know if you've heard this from Abraham before, but Abraham often talks about how we are extensions of Source. And over time, I've grokked that intellectually, but I've wanted to embody that more and more. I've wanted to actually feel it inside me. So I use a number of different visualizations. So what we're going to do is try in some of that. So from your heart, I want you to just picture yourself wrapping your arms around your heart, hugging that heart like we've been doing a couple times today already. And then in the side or a corner of your mind, I want you to picture the sun floating somewhere above your head. And picture a stream of light that connects you and the sun from your heart to the sun. And let me know if you can see that. We are here for you, Sharon. All right, I want to invite everybody in to support Sharon in this moment, okay? Sharon, we are here with you. I think it's safe to say that every one of these 88 meditators at some moment in time have felt disconnected, have felt lonely. We all know what that feels like. We are here. Actually, we're going to change directions. We are here. I want you to picture me, because you can see me, And anybody else's picture you can picture. I want you to picture them standing in your heart space, hands held, making a circle surrounding your precious, precious heart. I can feel how sad your heart is. I can feel how sad your heart is, Sharon. It's okay to feel this way right now. Embrace the sadness. Thank you, Debu. Thank you, Gary. Just picture all of us standing around you. If you can, picture us glowing your favorite color, holding that space around your very gentle, precious heart. And I want you to picture your heart. How do I just say this? Picture your heart and then a little hearts kind of beaming out from our hearts to yours, like little dots of hearts connecting your heart, just like the hearts you see from Jenny and Gary in chat, just little hearts coming from my heart, coming from Jenny's, coming from Gary's, coming from Debu's, coming from Jackie's and the other Jackie's and Nancy's. I see my friend Ginger and John here. We are all here holding space for you. Just let it out. Whew. It's really big. I know it's big, but you can do this. Sharon, you are here on this planet for a reason. Your guides love you, Source loves you, and they have never ever left you. They are with you right now. They are waiting for you to connect with them. And even if we can't shift this today, I want you to know that your connection to Source is always present. It's always available. It is limitless and unending. It is we in our minds that dial that opening down or up. And right now, everyone standing around you is helping to open that dial, hopefully. And open that pipe. It's easy for me personally to forget that I'm part of everything and connected to Source. And I think that I have to do a lot alone. And you've been carrying this for so long. It may very well be ancestral, but honestly, at the end of the day, in this very minute and moment, it doesn't matter what its energetic origin is. It is present in your body and it is asking for love. And I don't know what you do for regular spiritual practices, but I would encourage anything that helps gently move this connection to Source, moves you through and forward to feel this connection and really embody it, to take it out of the mind and out of the intellectual and really feel it viscerally, physically, emotionally, if you can. How are you feeling, Sharon? Let us know. I have to blow my nose. Excuse me. I'm going to mute really quick. Palmer's good. That's great. Have you allowed yourself, other than here in this live, You're welcome, Sharon. Thank you all so much for the love. She says, have you allowed yourself moments through your life and day to embrace this loneliness and cry over it if you need to? You may need a release to get some more opening. And if you're so moved, I invite you to work one-on-one with me. We can talk about that if you wish. I think there's, it's such a vast and yet there's so much going on for you in this. I feel like I was not able to do a lot in the short time of the live, but I do feel like what we did was a lot, was powerful. Yes, it comes back. Anyways, I have a lot of compassion for you, my friend. I appreciate your courage and your wisdom and your vulnerability. Jackie Mancuso, you are our last contestant on ChakraTouch Live. Sometimes when I start these lives, Sharon, anyways, God bless. I hope you're feeling everybody's love. Sometimes when I start these lives, I feel like I'm a host on a show or something. Hello and welcome to ChakraTouch Live. I'm your host, Greg Phillips. I don't know what I'd say after that. Jackie, my friend. Ooh, there we go. My upper back, neck, and shoulders have been stiff and sore for quite some time. This week, the left side flared up for days. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Am I carrying too much for others? Also, left side. The left side. Okay. Am I carrying too much for others? Silly face. Also, a very low pitched ringing came to my right ear twice today. Once with a surprise client, and second just a few minutes ago. Dizzying. Interesting. Upper back, neck, shoulders. So I hear a lot of shoulder stuff lately, and just off the top of my head and from my own personal experience, and you're probably gonna say you relate to this, is what I'm intuiting. But shoulders, pain in our shoulders, I believe, is evidence that we are carrying too much, but not necessarily. I don't know. We'll have to see if it's for others in your case, but I personally always equate it to a burden, right? So when we think back to olden days, people had packs on their back where they carried water or they carried produce or they carried goods to the market. Yes, way to the world. And then they would exchange things and carry those home. And we don't do that as much anymore. But for me, mentally, I put the weight of the world on my shoulders and on my back when I'm thinking I have to do it alone. And by that, I try and clarify that, even though that probably made sense. By alone, it's kind of like what we just went through with Deborah, that sense of separation. And I may not be feeling, when I'm having these moments, I don't feel sadness or lonely, but I feel like my mind is saying, Greg, you are the only one that's responsible for doing this. And it usually is me thinking that I need to push effort, make something happen, do it instead of allow it. And I'm really beating up on myself when I do that. So I don't know if any of that relates, but you think on that, my friend, for a moment while we tap in. And you know what? It's funny because I don't know where this just came from, but because I've been following you, Jackie, for so long in Insight Timer, I'm just going to say this. I think it's almost easier for connected people who are providing loving service to others to fall into this. I think it's easy for any of us really in life to fall into this. But like, I think it's easy for us to forget that that we are in partnership with the divine, with source, as we provide our loving service to other people. And this is something I'm trying to remember and embody and channel, basically. So I don't know if that resonates at all. Okay. Yeah, it's a reminder. I know you know that already, but we forget, right? I mean, it's just and then for me it gets worse. Sometimes I forget and then I'm like, "Oh, you idiot. Why'd you forget that? That was basic. That was like 101 teacher stuff or whatever, that you learned from but it's like, let's just exactly. Yeah, let's just let all that go. Let's just ease that. I am going to go up in your mind because I am sensing, knowing you a bit, I am sensing that it is really busy. Oh my God. Yes. Wow. We've got a variable racetrack up there. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, literally, I am seeing. I'm seeing a race. I'm seeing what were they called? Matchbox cars or whatever, those little I don't know. Is that true? Do you have is your mind racing lately? Like I said, I'm not attached to being right always. Okay. Okay. So let me describe this because I know I'm laughing about it, but I'm laughing because I know you. So, or I feel like I know you enough. But okay. So I'm seeing when I was little, I used to set up these racetracks with these matchbox cars or whatever they were called, right? They were just little metallic cars, right? But I'm seeing all of these with their own self-proportion, and I'm seeing like three or four or whatever, and they're all like whipping around the track, and it's a big track. It's like this big. Like you can't even see my arms. It's massive, and they're going at lightning speeds. And there's Jackie right up at the front. And as a car is about to pass, Jackie's car is like going, no, 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 I gotta be out front. And it keeps happening. Okay, okay, you've talked about this before. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm just suddenly feeling that now. Mario Kart, kind of like Mario Kart. Those are all Jackie's grandiose ideas and projects. Okay. Wow. All right. So, Jackie, take your left hand for me, my friend, and place it on your belly, okay? Place it right on top. Oops. Sorry, guys, I just got distracted by a notice. Okay, left hand on the belly. Place the thumb just resting over your belly button. And take your right hand and place it on top of that, okay? You had said at the beginning of the live that you could use some grounding. If anyone wants to support Jackie in this way, you can also place your hands on your belly in that way, and we're just going to take a look at what's going on. Okay, Jackie, guess who's in your belly? I see Darla. So for those who don't know, Darla is one of Jackie's dogs, and I call her a Zen puppy. She's just so chill and so Zen. Okay. And Jackie and I don't believe in coincidences from around us. So yes. So Darla, all right, and the rest of the dogs. I don't know how. I've never seen more than one. So they are in your belly and they are napping in a circle in a forest clearing. And I want you to just see them and with loving care, not like with a sense of exhaustion, but with loving care, walk into the center of their circle and just gently lower your body and lay down. It's really pretty. They love you so much. Beautiful. And they get up gently and they move in to crowd around you, and they form sort of a circle. It's not perfect. It's sort of like a doggy, sloppy circle right around you, and they are just right up against your body. And they're saying, it's okay, Mom. We're going to hold this space for you here. And if anybody else is needing grounding, picture the most comfortable setting you can picture in your belly. Maybe it's your favorite bed or your amazing comfy couch or your lounge chair that you have the most beautiful naps in. And just picture yourself resting in that spot, surrounded by whatever you want, but be it things that people or things that love you, people or beings. And Jackie, I want you to reach up from that spot. Picture yourself there resting with the doggies in your belly. And I want you to reach up one long arm all the way up to your mind and just snatch one of the cars off the racetrack. Just really quickly, just boop, snatch it and bring it down and rest it next to one of your puppies. And it just stops moving. You can turn it on its side if you want, or however you want to put it down. It doesn't have to be on the wheels, however you feel intuitively. And then reach up again and whoop, snatch another car. The other ones are still whipping around up there, but just bring that down and then put that aside next to one of your other dogs. Make sure it's inside the circle for me, okay? And then just keep doing that. Boop. Here's another one. And then place that on the floor inside the circle of doggies. And then reach up and grab the next one. And just keep doing that until there's no more cars on the racetrack. Make sure your breathing is normal and comfortable. And Darla's smiling. She's licking your face. Good job, Mom. Good job. Jackie, remember that you are in charge of your projects. They are not in charge of you. And I know you're not a projector, but with all these projects going, you might need to project in or schedule in a little bit more rest and relaxation, self-care, however that may look for you. I've got a feeling and I trust that you know how to take care of yourself when the moment is right. But hopefully those projects don't have a life of their own right at this moment, for at least right now. How are you feeling? Let us know. And I think that will be the last reading, and then we'll wrap with our circle of love meditation. Awesome. Is that grounding for you? How's that feeling grounding wise? Ah, yeah. And if they start going again, I don't know why I was laughing so much, but yeah, canine support as well. I love that for you. Just, I mean, you know this as well as I do, as anyone else that needs a reminder, have some humor about it, right? Oh, there they go again. My projects are on the racetrack. You know, they're sparking up to have a life of their own all of a sudden. Okay, hold on. Let's ground. Let's remember. Let's bring them back down to who's the owner of the project here. Yeah, I'm glad you were laughing. I know I could do that with you. Yeah. All right, my friends, let's wrap up. Place your left hand on your heart and hold your right hand out and imagine that you are placing it on the back of someone else in this group right now. As I always like to say, the backs of our heart chakras get very little attention in life unless we're getting an amazing hug or a massage. So as often as we can give it love and presence, the better. And just hold a space of love in your heart and imagine all of us in a big circle with hands, all of our hands on someone else's back. And just breathe that beautiful, delicious love and connectedness in. In God's eyes, and Source's eyes, and Universe's eyes, and Spirit's eyes, and Love's eyes, we are all one. And we are all together at this time, sharing with each other and supporting each other. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Source. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You are what makes these lives possible. I'm just a channel and not just, but I'm the channel conduit, and together we help each other grow. And my friends, remember that you are always safe, secure, and deeply loved. And take a quick bow to the beauty that is you, the amazingness of all the love you have in your heart and the capacity for it. Jackie, thank you for being here. I'm glad you appreciate this time. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy I'm on 19 now too. Thank you for donating on my page. If anyone feels so moved and called to support me financially with an energetic exchange, I welcome your loving donations. I always appreciate them. They mean a lot to me. This is my biz. This is what I want to do with my life and on this planet. And by evidence of all these lives I've done for the last 2 weeks, I see that I am doing the right thing right now. If you want to donate off of an Apple device, I would encourage you, your decision, but encourage you to donate on my profile instead of in here. I don't really mind that Apple takes 30%, but yeah, just something to think about. Anywho, also follow me on Insight Timer. Go to my socials through my Insight Timer link on my profile. Instagram, YouTube, whatever. I may not get this recording up tonight because I have a very full rest of the afternoon and evening, but I will get it up tomorrow probably. And I am sending you all a lot of love and blessings. If I didn't get you today, I hope you got something from this and you resonated with a lot of what people brought up. And again, I just bow and honor everybody's willingness to bring their stuff, as we say, to the table and open yourself to feeling better. So blessings to all of you. I'm on again tomorrow, 4:44 p.m. Eastern, and Friday, 4:44. I'm committed to Fridays, but I'm trying to figure out my other times. So anyways, have a great evening. Thanks for being here. I love you all. And that's it. We're out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.